Welcome to Big Hoss's Tailgate. So what up, man? I got Steven St. Clair here, all the way from Nashville. What's up,
What's up,
brother?
brother? How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Dude, I can't I was thinking about this today. I think I've asked you before. We cannot remember where we met.
To be honest with you, I have no idea.
We have just been friends on Instagram for like years. Like
Yeah,
back when you were a bouncer. I remember I met you were bouncing outside the stage.
yeah, yeah,
But I remember when I seen you there, I came up to say hi and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you in forever."
yeah.
So it wasn't there. That's the bad part. So it's like, I don't know, man. I just get drunk and meet people some nights.
Hey, I do the same thing, man. I got lots of friends where I have no idea where I met them. I just know we became good buddies. And that's kind of, I think, how this is. I thought it was at Losers, though, because I was playing at Losers, and I know you came to see me a bunch there.
I love losers.
It's not there
Uh,
anymore. It's getting, I don't know what it's getting replaced with, but they're changing that, man.
you mean the one in downtown?
Yeah, downtown's getting
I know.
changed.
Okay, I know it's not that one because that one
Yeah,
didn't exist when we knew each other. It was only the one in Midtown.
yeah. Well,
Still
it
my
used to be
favorite.
Swinging Doors, and then they changed it to Losers, but now it's getting
Yep.
changed to something else. So,
It's probably gonna have some. Who's an up and comer right now? Probably. I don't want to say Riley Green because he has a bar.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, he took
Riley's in
old.
Midtown.
When did that happen? He took over Winners. I just looked one day and we're like, oh yeah, Riley Green has a bar here.
Yeah, I'm not sure when. I'm not really too sure. I just know that after Irv Woosley ended up passing, I think that's where that change kind of happened. So
Okay.
he was a huge part of Nashville, big part of Midtown, great dude.
It blew
But
me when I seen he died, and I just seen Santa died.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, Santa's Pub.
yeah.
Ever been to Santa's Pub?
I only
Anywhere?
been there one time actually, only once. Yeah,
I have a funny story about Santa's Pub I'll have to tell you about.
absolutely.
Oh man, so what you been up to? I mean, I know you play music down there. Um, that's. I mean, when I first met you, you didn't play music. I think you just kind of lived down there, right? Or was
Well,
you
the
playing
goal
like a?
was, the goal when I first moved to Nashville, because I moved here, I've been here twice. I came here for the very first time in 2016. I lived in my truck for a year. I did the showers at the YMCA. I had like a 2004 Chevy Silverado, and I slept in Midtown, and I did, my laundry throughout the week. And I finally got a job doing security downtown. And, I did that. I moved back to Oregon, where I'm from, because I'm originally from Southern Oregon, from Medford, Oregon area originally. And I was there till 2019, and then I moved back to Nashville in 2019. And I just started doing security. The whole COVID thing happened. In 2021, I was just like, you know what, man? I came here to sing. I've got to sing. This is what I'm going to do. I went down on Broadway. I started busking and just playing on the street. And I had some people, like what I was doing. I made some good contacts. And then I got into some good circuits down there. And then so far since then, it's been like 1,500 shows or something. I released 6 singles so far that I'm happy about. Just been traveling, playing a lot of shows on the road, and just doing all my own booking, fully independent.
Yeah,
So,
I'm pretty sure one of those singles is going to be in my Spotify top 10, I think, this year.
dude, I know I love In One Beer. It's such a funny
I've been
song.
blasting it like because it's like as soon as I hear it, I'm like driving to an open mic to do
Yeah,
comedy, and I'll just crank it, and it just gets me in a good mood to go do stuff. So I'm like, it's a hype song.
it's pretty funny, honestly, and it's a true story too. I would
Oh,
say I definitely, I wrote that with one of my best friends, Michael Simeon, and another buddy of mine, Andrew Mack, and I kind of, had the idea for a while. And it's honestly, man, I have to say that song is kind of about my ex-girlfriend, man, honestly. So, you always got to write about that kind of stuff. So that one's kind of about her. She's always bitching about me drinking and all that shit. So,
well, that's the thing is like people get mad because they're like, oh, sometimes it's the same songs and like same
yeah.
type of it's same type of songs and stuff. I'm like, yeah, because everyone has gone through this. Everyone has
Mhm.
done something similar. That's why these songs repeat all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
In one beer and out the other, though. Kind of a funny song. I mean, it's totally, it's funny, but it's upbeat. It's fun. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. So I play it all the time. And pretty much every show that I play that show live or that song live.
Yeah,
So
it's a cleaner version of Wheeler Walker's FU.
basically, yeah. I love me
Dude,
some Wimmer Walker though too, man. But
dude, I
yeah,
was blasting him. I would go to like these college bars like
yeah,
during COVID and just load up their jukebox full of country music. And I'd hit it with like Shania Twain, which would all like that's like an all around go getter.
yeah, for
And then you
sure.
hit him with like some like, I think it was Morgan Wallen, some up down or whatever. They, sucker him in. And then you hit him with that fuck you bitch part and then hits him every
Such
time.
a funny song, man.
Because like people, no one expects where it's coming from. They're like,
Yeah,
okay, like what's this? And when they hear that, you just hear everyone laugh
yeah,
because no one saw it coming.
yeah. I love me some Wheeler Walker, man. A lot of people either hate the guy or love the guy. I think what he's doing is hilarious. It's kind of like a middle finger to the music industry. I think it's freaking awesome,
It's
honestly.
so funny. And then it's like I remember like I was watching a show on Netflix
Yeah,
and it was like a cart like one of those adult animated shows.
yeah.
And I'm hearing this one kid talk and I'm like, why does that sound like Wheeler Walker? But like you wouldn't see his name in the credits. And it was like, oh yeah, that's his like other like stand-up actor thing. I'm like, what? Like I was like, everybody's like, yeah, you didn't know it was a character. I'm like, no, because he played it dead serious. Like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah, Wheeler
man.
Walker Jr. is freaking hilarious, man. Every time I go out and get drunk with my buddies or something, I always end up blasting some Wheeler Walker at some point. Hey, forgive me if I'm like super sweaty right now. I just got home from the gym and
Oh
I was in
yeah,
a sauna for like 30 minutes earlier. So I'm a little red,
you got a
honestly.
sauna at home?
No, I was at the YMCA, but
Oh,
I sat
dude.
in there. It's like 160 degrees, felt freaking amazing. And it's so funny because I set my timer for 20 minutes. There was this other guy in there, and I'm kind of like when I go in the sauna or I do anything, I do to the best of my ability, and I'm a very competitive person. So I went in there, man. I set the timer for 20 minutes, and this dude's just grinding it out. And there's like 5 or 6 people in there. Everybody else leaves. And I was like, it's just me and him. I looked at him, he looked at me. We didn't say a word to each other, but it was like, I'm watching you and I'm not leaving till you do, you know? So it ends up being like 34 minutes straight. And we're both just sitting there kind of looking at each other. And then he finally gets up and walks out. And I was just like, fuck yeah. You know what I
But then
mean?
you stand up, you're just like,
Well, actually, immediately. So as soon as I got out, I went and jumped in the pool. I've been doing these cold plunges at home and stuff, which has been fantastic. But I got up, immediately went and jumped in the pool, felt great. And then I went and shook his hand. I was like, "Thanks for pushing me, man." He was like, "Man, I was hoping you were going to leave first." I'm like, "I am not leaving first. I'm going to die before I leave this fucking sauna."
dude, it
So
probably looked like it looked like one of those things where like they're dehydrated and as soon as you throw them in water, they're like, oh, thank
yeah,
God. And you
yeah,
probably absorbed
absolutely.
every bit of water. It was like, thank God we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I
Hundred
remember
percent.
every time I hopped in a sauna though, like I always felt like there's gonna be the James Bond moment where someone locks me in or some
Yeah.
bullshit like that. I'm like, that would be my luck. I know for a fact that would be my luck. Yeah. So what bars are you playing at now when you're down there?
Currently, I am part of Jam Factory, so I play with. I do like 12:30 Club. Justin Timberlake's on Fifth. I play on Second Avenue a lot. I do like the big Jimmy's on Second. I do all the distilleries, and the distilleries they fly me out to other places too. So I
Hmm.
go out to Colorado. I go out to Arizona a lot. I was going out like once a month, but then they changed it to where they're just doing Nashville artists once every other month.
Oh, okay.
But I go out there pretty often. Like I went out to Arizona this last year or this year, probably, gosh, I want to say at least 8 or 9 times, which has been great. Make some fans out there, go out there, have a good time. Basically, I fly out on a Friday. I play 4 shows for the weekend, and then I come back Sunday. They cover like all my flight and stuff. It's honestly a really good time.
Heck yeah.
But like I said, I play Big Jimmy's. I do the Cantina on Second Avenue. I played pretty much every bar in Nashville. The only places I haven't played are like haven't played Kid Rocks. I have not played Friends of No Places yet, but I played pretty much everywhere else you can think of. The Stage, Second Fiddle. I played the TC circuit for a while, like Miranda Lambert's, FGL House before it got changed to Laney's, Tequila Cowboy before it got changed to Posties, Jason Aldean's, Luke Bryan's.
Wait,
Uh,
so tequila, I was like, say, wasn't tequila, I was like, Tequila Cowboy, wasn't that Aldean's bar? Then it
yeah,
was Posties?
Well, now it's Posty, so they just changed it, but it was Tequila Cowboy. So you had like, Jason Aldean's and then Tequila Cowboy was like right underneath. And now it's Posties.
Dang,
So
we probably have the only Tequila Cowboy now in Pittsburgh.
probably, yeah,
Because
most
they
likely.
had one in Columbus and they closed it down like during COVID. And then this one barely made it through COVID. Now that place is so packed. Like every weekend it's packed. And then Aldean's across the street is packed every time. But the problem I got to be nice when I say things like this because you
Yeah.
never know when an opportunity might come back and bite you in the ass. But like, screw it. I feel like I'm not being honest if I don't say like what how I feel about things.
Dude, always be honest, man. Always say what you got to say for sure.
Like my thing is this, like I went to Tequila Cowboy when they first opened in Pittsburgh because it was the only like country like close you could get to Nashville without going.
Yeah.
And but the problem I always had with them was they always put the bands between like 7 to 10, or they used to do 8 to 11. I was like, why don't you just go 9 to 12, or and
Right.
have or do two bands? And they're like, no, because we want to open the dance floor up and make it a club. And I'm like, no one wants that. Like, because everybody's I've watched, you're watching the crowd. Everyone just starts getting into the band 30 minutes before they have to get off.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's so true.
I was like, what fan? And then like people were like, man, I was really getting into it. And then he stopped. I'm like, do you guys not pay attention? And they're like, nope, it's just, whatever.
They got some
Nothing
pretty
beat.
crazy time slots for sure. What gets me is a lot of the places here in town, they have you doing like 10 a.m. openings on like a rooftop, and there's nobody there. So you're playing 3 hours or 4 hours to no one.
I'll tell you right now, if I'm on vacation, I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
there 10 o'clock in the morning because
I
I'm
mean, I
like,
love the rooftop, man. And you can't, you got to party, brother. You got to start early, right?
dude, I remember one time I actually met like a songwriter, or like I think now he just like invested his money. Now he has like a bunch of Airbnbs in Nashville.
Hmm.
But I remember meeting this guy at the top of like I think it was crap Tootsie's, like when they had the
Tootsies.
third
Yeah.
floor, and we're up there
Mhm.
like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm drinking a Bloody Mary, shaking off the night before.
Dude, I
But the guy
love
was
Bloody Marys. Bloody Marys are my go-to hangover drink.
yeah,
Oh,
and there's like nobody like in the bar really, other than like a couple people like stationed there, and that's it, and some
yeah.
tourists like that wandered in. But like other than that, it's like yeah, it's like I don't mind going to the 10 a.m. spot, but you could definitely tell everybody's like hurting because like I just got done playing like 6 hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got home at 3 a.m., went to sleep, and I'm back now at 10. Yeah, it's crazy. It gets wild sometimes, especially when you're doing doubles or triples, which I try to avoid as a vocalist.
I remember one guy he got fired from like playing one of the Broadway bars
Hmm.
because they said he was playing too much country music, like old country.
Dude, it happens, man. It
And I'm like,
happens.
seriously? And he's like, yeah, because they told me because I was playing like, Johnny Cash and all those guys, like more than like the new stuff because the new stuff sucks. Like
Yeah,
at the time.
right, right. I play, well, first of all, I play what I want to play, but I also go off the crowd. I always read the room.
Oh yeah.
I always ask people, hey, you guys like the older stuff? A lot of people love the 90s country, and I was raised on 90s country. I fucking love 90s country. So, I always try to play some George Strait, Alan Jackson, some Garth, some stuff like that. But then if I
Mhm.
have an older crowd, I incorporate Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, George Jones, the stuff that I, really grew up on. I'm like in like sixth grade, eighth grade, and everybody's listening to all this stuff. And I'm sitting there listening to, He Stopped Loving Her Today or the Grand Tour or some Ernest Tubb or something. So
Yep.
that was always different for me growing up. But I just play what the room's reading, and I do take a lot of requests because Nashville's mostly a tip-based thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, some bars do pay, but it's not like you're making a lot of money. You got to pay parking, you're driving down, all that stuff. So, I just play what I want, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have some friends that go off of like the certain, playlists or they go off a set list. I don't use a set list. I just play what the crowd wants. I take requests and I go live the whole time I'm playing.
That
So
would
I'm
be
always live
so
on
hard.
TikTok. Every show I play, I live stream. So
Dude, that would be so hard just because like for me, like my memory sucks.
yeah.
like you know, but at least with music, like you have a melody where it's like, okay, I can kind of like it makes it easier to remember. But you know, if you're pulling stuff like you never know what someone's going to request. And me and my
Correct.
brother would like to test these guys. So my brother, he went over and we put 20 bucks in a tip jar, and he goes, "Can you do seven Spanish Angels?"
Oh yeah, love that song.
And we're at the stage, like it's probably noon, 1 o'clock,
I think that's
and
Capo 3 or Capo 4D. I swear I play that song. Yeah. I don't play it
yeah.
often, but I love me some Seven Spanish Angels.
So he gets the guy and he goes like the guy's like, dude, I've been so hyped. Like he was so pumped to play that song because he's like, no one ever requests this. He goes, I'm so hyped. So he goes and he starts playing, and then the best part is when the guy starts doing Ray Charles, like they switched to the Ray Charles part. I think there was a keyboard guy in the back or something, and he did the well, like you know, like how Ray Charles does. And it
Yeah.
was the funniest thing ever. We were losing our shit. We were laughing so hard. Like it was so cool to see it done. But like he's
Yeah.
like, you could tell these guys were fans and know the song because how did he know to come in with the Ray Charles right then? Like,
Right.
because
Right.
if you just
Makes total
Google the song,
sense.
it's not going to give you that.
Right. Yeah, they were real country music fans, and they're happy they got to play that instead of, something they don't want to play. Makes total
Yeah.
sense. It
I
gets
think
super repetitive for me. So sometimes I'm playing down there, man, and not the same like name specific artists, but there's sometimes that I just don't want to play these songs. But
yep.
I do what I want because I want to please the crowd. Obviously, I got to make a living. So, and I love what I do. But
Happy
sometimes
crowd.
it does get very repetitive on Broadway.
I always told people I was like, you could start at one bar here, you'll never call me by my name,
Hmm.
and go 3 bars down and finish the rest of the song. Like it's
Yeah.
literally just picked up for like it's almost like every band is like on a set list and they're doing the same songs in every bar, it felt like.
Well, a lot of the bars have that. There's like the Nashville 100 or whatever, where they have like, a certain set list they want you to play. But man, I play what I want. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit what they say. If you want to, have me not play at your bar, there's 100 other ones down there. I'm
Why
gonna
would you
play what I want.
why would you not do that? Because one, it's like trying to think how the right way to word this is that if the crowd's happy, they're going to spend more money.
Yeah.
Crowd's happy, they're going to tip more. If I'm going to make more money, you're going to make more money. Why would I not play what I want?
Bar's gonna make more money, bartenders, which they love you for that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's like I know for a fact that the music's hitting right. I'm spending money on drinks. I don't know what I'm tipping, but I'm probably tipping a lot. I don't know. I remember
Right.
I've had $10. I'm like, give me a beer and like keep it like when I had money to burn, it was young and dumb. Let's put it that way.
Hmm.
Yeah. What's your favorite spots? Like, what would you say? Like, if you're gonna party in Nashville, what's your favorite spots to hit?
To be honest with you, I don't really go down to Broadway very much unless I have friends in town because I play down there so much that I just I would prefer to go to Midtown personally.
Oh, for
I
sure.
like to go hang out because I like to go connect. So if I go down to Broadway, I'm most likely going to meet tourists, right?
Hmm.
And if I do run into fellow musicians, they're coming from or they're going to a gig and they just want to go home and rest.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people are playing 3, 4 shows a day down there, man. It gets very exhausting. So unless I have people in town, I really don't go to Broadway too much. I usually go to Midtown. I love to hit Red Door. Everybody knows Red Door. I like to hit winners or not winners anymore. I like to hit Riley's. I like to hit losers. I pop in the Distillery sometimes. But if I'm on Broadway, if I'm going to go to a bar, like I like to go see my friends play. So I usually message my other friends. I'm like, hey, where you at tonight? I go to Second Fiddle a lot because I have a buddy that plays there a lot. Or I'll roll into friends and see somebody or, whatever. So if I do go down there, I usually hit up all my buddies and I'm like, hey, where y'all playing? I'm going to come support you. And then I go in there and I broke out a 20 or whatever. And they're like, no, don't put it in the bucket. I'm like, shut your mouth, because if I'm down there, just because I sing down there doesn't mean I'm not going to take care of my friends,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it looks good too because the crowd
Yeah.
sees it and they're like, "Oh wow, that guy threw in $20. Like this guy's pretty good." So
Yeah. A lot of the times I do that, or I'll take a $20 bill and I'll put it on the outside of the bucket if they're not getting very many tips. Because then some people, they come to Nashville and they have this ideology that we get paid like a bunch of money, and that's just not the truth. So,
yeah, I feel that because like I was doing clips for the podcast,
yeah.
and like one of the guys in the comments or something, it was like me telling a story about Uber charging me $20 because I left my phone in there. And
Yeah.
I was like complaining about it because it's like, yeah, you just stole $20 from me. And the guy in the comments is like, oh, like, you're complaining about trying to make money off of this when you could have just refuted the charges. I'm like, buddy, you think I'm getting paid for this?
Right. Right.
Dude, no, no, when you're starting out, you ain't getting paid nothing. You know what I mean? Even when like you actually start touring and stuff like that and going to like different, because I know guys that played bands up here and like it's a fight with every venue to get paid
Oh yeah.
because they're like, oh, we had a bad night. He's like, well, that's not my fault. You didn't advertise you had a band night.
Right. Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I pushed it on my stuff. He goes, but did you push it on your page?
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, whenever I do travel stuff, I haven't really done a lot of like band shifts for travel. I mostly do acoustic, solo, or duo. Um, for one, I make more money solo, right? Because I'm not
Yep.
having to split 5 ways or whatever. I do occasionally do a band shift because it's just really fun and I have a really good time doing it. But man, to survive in this town, when you got $2,500 rent, when you got however much your truck payment is, when you're, all these different things, your parking's this much, you got to do what you got to do to survive. So if I play solos, I'm only splitting tips one way, right?
Yep.
I do duos. I love to do duos, but honestly, man, I make the most money playing solo. So that's what I prefer to do. And then when I do stuff out of town, I'll send out 1,000 emails and I might have a couple people respond. But I enjoy, like I said, traveling. I love the road. I love the freedom of it. I love being out there, and I love the fact that I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, where I want.
Yep.
So if I'm going somewhere, it's because I decided to do it. Nobody's telling me what I can or can't do. I have the full freedom to be able to be like, you know what? I'm going to take a week off and go play in Florida this week. I'm going to take a week off in Nashville. I'm going to Wisconsin this week. I'm going to Arizona. And then I go and I meet new people, make new fans, have a blast doing it. So I feel extremely blessed to do what I do. And I'm very
Hell,
thankful for God for the opportunities that I have.
hell
So,
yeah, man. Yeah, because I mean, I feel that because it's like doing comedy is kind of the same way. Like
yeah.
you can leave and just go to another state. Like you could literally hit up comedians that live in that town, be like, hey man, I'm coming to town and what mics are there and stuff like that. And most comics are pretty like supportive.
Yeah.
Most. Like occasionally you get, I mean, it is a very individual based like community. Like
Hmm.
I know you guys have to be friendly with each other because it's like, hey, I might need a guitar player, I might need a drummer, like where comedy is like hey, I'm going to get you a show, but that's because hey, maybe you'll think about me when I get you. It's a lot of that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But most comics are like pretty cool though because it's like we're all nerds, we're all geeks, we're all weird.
The
So everybody's like,
musicians
yeah,
are
sleep on
too.
my couch. It's cool.
Yeah. That's one thing that I try to do, man. There's a lot of people in town that take the music thing competitively. I try to make it to where if I can help you, even if I don't get something in return, I want to help you because it's going to, for one, make me feel better as a person. But, when I first came to town, I didn't have a lot of people helping me. And so if I can help somebody new or inspire somebody to go after what they want, that makes me feel better as a person, as a man, everything. To try to lead by example and to inspire others is my goal. So, there's a lot of times where I'll be playing a show and I just get done and I'm walking on the street and there's some guy busking and I'll stop and listen to him. And, I might not have made much money in tips, but I always throw in something. And if I like what I hear, if I'm playing on a stage in Nashville that allows other people to get on stage, I'll be like, hey, man, I'm playing tomorrow at this place. If you want to come to my gig, I'll get you on stage. I'll try to help you out. I do that a lot with people. And I just think it's the right thing to do, man. A lot of people gatekeep things here in Nashville. A lot of people make it to where they're just looking out for themselves. But I think that if you have a community of musicians and you can take care of each other, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that's my outlook on it.
Oh yeah. I mean, and like I said, same thing. You see that in comedy too. There's some
Yeah.
people. It's like some things. It's like no, I don't know you, so you're not getting this kind of thing, and you just got to find your own way around it. You know what I mean? Like that's when you just like if when you start getting denied like that, it's like all right, you have to become that. I'm just going to be undeniably good. Like
Right.
look how many like these independent guys out there that either they tried for a label and the label didn't give them a chance, or like they offered them bad deals, and they're like, screw you, I'll just go independent, and then the labels are pursuing them now, trying to be like, oh no, I want you now. Like,
Yeah. I give everybody an opportunity, man. And I do it on purpose. So, I meet somebody and I get them gigs or help them out or whatever. And then I find out who they are, you know. I lend out that helping hand. And then are you going to call me for stuff? Is it going to be like, not that that's what I need, because it's not what I need, but it really tells me who my friends are. It's like that Tracy Lawrence song, you find out
yep.
who your friends are. So I always lend a helping hand if I can.
Dude, I've been using that Spotify DJ on
I
your
have no idea what that is.
so if you have Spotify, it's like this little DJ little thing, and he'll just go and say, "Hey, this is music based off of what you listen to." It's like in
Yeah.
the beta version, but it's AI, whatever.
Right.
Which is kind of cool because it's like, great, I don't have to listen to the radio. I can just throw that on. And every, I've noticed sometimes it likes to get in a loop and
Mhm.
play like certain songs over and over again. Your song was one of them.
That's good.
Yeah. So
Just keep
it got,
streaming the hell out of it.
yeah, even Spotify was like, hey man, you really like this, don't you? But now I'm getting find out who your friends are a lot.
Mhm.
I got that one the other day driving to work, and so it's funny when you mentioned it, I was like, I literally just listened to it the other day.
I love that song. One of my
Uh
one of my favorites for sure.
Another one I'm getting at one is I can't remember his name. Crap. I just recently saved it in my phone. Come on. Waylon in 75.
I don't know Waylon on 75. I never heard of him yet.
Chase Beckham does it. So
Chase
he's like a
Beck.
newer guy.
Is he the guy that does 23?
I think
Song 23?
maybe.
Because I do like that song a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy does Waylon in 75. And it's like, he's just talking about wanting to go like he's like pissed off because his girl or whatever, and he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna party like it's Waylon in 75.
Yeah.
Which, if anyone who's ever read about Waylon in 75, that's a bad night. Or that's gonna be a
Yeah.
rough night, dude.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, I mean, so tell me some of the art, like the classic artists you really like. Because like some people are like some people are more partial to classic country,
Yeah.
which would be George Jones, Marty Robbins, people like that. But then you also got the outlaw guys. So you got Waylon. I guess does George Jones fall in the outlaw category?
I mean, I'd say he does. I mean, the old boy was out hammered and got on his John Deere. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
I
would
mean
say he's
that
100% outlaw material for sure.
yeah. I tell you what, did you ever watch the it was Cinemax did like an animated series called Tales from the Tour Bus?
No, I've heard of it, but I never watched it. No.
Oh my God, you got to watch it, man. Because they do, I think it's a two-part episode on Waylon. It's a two-part episode on George Jones.
Yeah.
The Jerry Lee Lewis one is insane. The Johnny Paycheck one is just wild.
Yeah.
Now, that one I've heard conflicting reports because I remember one time I posted about it and was like, oh yeah, or I commented on a page where it was like, oh yeah, I watched the thing on it. Like, dude, that story is wild. Here, this guy comments and goes, actually, those guys that are in the documentary are full of shit.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, who the fuck's this guy? And then I look, it's Johnny Paycheck's son.
Oh, shit.
Like he actually commented and was just like, no, I don't like those old guys don't know what they're talking about. That's not how shit. I was like, I'm not, he would know more than me.
I mean, he probably would. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Now, have you ever met anybody like, I know there's a lot of like, I want to say Nepo country singers, like the famous guy's kid. Like, do you run into them at all? Like, for instance, like
Let's
Casey
see.
Chestnut, Mark Chestnut's kid. Like, if you ever ran into anybody, it's like, oh yeah, that so and
I
so's my
never met
dad.
Casey. I think Casey's awesome though, like in watching his stuff. I have not ran into anybody like that as far as like a son. I mean, I've met a lot of artists. I met a lot of, in Nashville, you kind of run into people sometimes. So I've
Oh,
met a lot of cool people for sure, but I never met somebody's like son or anything.
oh, oh
Actually, I did
yeah.
meet Ben Haggard a couple times, Merle Haggard's boy.
Okay.
I did meet him. I ran into him once in where was I at? It's either in Medford or Ashland or something like that. And he pulled up to the stoplight in his truck. I was like, "What's up, dude?" I wasn't trying to like germ up on him or anything, but I had seen him a couple times in Nashville and just wanted to say hi. But as far as other than that, I don't really think I met anybody's like children or anything.
I remember someone said that to me one time because I met
Like they
Aaron
said you were
Lewis.
Germing or
No, no,
whatever.
no. I met Aaron Lewis
Yeah.
at Losers.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
yeah, I was like, I was out. I just went up to the bar, ordered a drink, and like he gave me a look because I ordered a tequila sunrise, and yeah, it's kind of a bitch drink.
Yeah, it
And I
is a
was
bit
like, screw it,
strange.
man. That's the best way tequila tastes. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Right.
And he just looked at me and I said, I'm getting hammered tonight. And he just went, cheers, brother. And I looked over, I'm like, holy crap. Like, but like, in my head, I'm like trying to play it cool, like, just be chill about it.
Right. For sure.
And one of his buddies was with him. And he looks at me, he's like, dude, I've never seen anyone do that. He goes, you have too many people that germ up. I'm like, what is germ? And he's like, oh, you've never heard this term? And I'm like, no, I've never heard this term. What
It's a
is
pretty
it?
commonly used term here for sure.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen it like bad?
Absolutely. 100%.
I I've heard some stories about some artists like just snapping, like
Yeah.
get the fuck away from me kind of thing, which I'm like, I get it. Like some people are like, oh, this person was a dick. I'm like, yeah, but how did you ask? Like, were you polite and be like, hey, big fan, is it cool if I get a picture? Or did you freak out and scream in their face and they were like, get away from me?
I mean, could you imagine if every single place you went, somebody wanted to take a picture with you? Like, obviously, it comes with the territory of fame, but
Yeah.
could you imagine like you're just out, you're just having a terrible day or something. And then it's just like all these people in your face and they're taking pictures of you secretly and videos of you, and you're just like, man, I just want to have a good day. Like, so I can understand where they come from, like if people do get upset, because I've met some celebrities or some country singers here where I had different experiences multiple times meeting them. Like I met one person that I kind of, not that I idolized them, but I really liked their stuff, and they were kind of a dick to me. And then I met them again and they were really nice. And then ended up autographing one of my guitars. So it's just, people sometimes have bad days, man. Just because they're famous doesn't mean they don't have bad days.
Yep.
Everybody is entitled to a bad day. So,
Yep. And there's some people I've talked to, like I met some famous people there and like kind of gave them the nod kind of thing and just left it
yeah,
at that.
for sure.
Like I remember one time I ran into Randy Couture
That's cool.
and like just walked up to him and said, I love you in Expendables, brother. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. I was like, yeah, I was like, hope you have a good time down here. And then like he's like, yeah, he's like, don't like, kind of keep it on the down low. I was like, no problem. And I never said nothing. And then later on, I seen guys taking pictures with him. I just put my hands up. I'm like, whoa, dude. I was like, he goes, no, because somebody recognized me. I was like, oh, thank God.
I've
Because I
been
did not
pretty,
want to get on that dude's bad side.
I've been pretty lucky, man. I met a lot of people. I mean, I met Aaron Lewis also. I mean, I met Aaron Lewis probably, man, I've seen him in Nashville probably 10 times. I have videos with him. It's so funny. It's like 2016. I was at Losers and they were having this like party across the street, and I ended up going to the party. And I had my guitar with me, obviously, because I lived in town. I just lived in my truck. So I grabbed my guitar. I go to the party. There's probably like maybe 10, 15 people there or something. And we're just kind of hanging out. And I was like, I broke out my guitar, was just playing some chords. We were passing it around. And then, Aaron's like smoking weed and stuff. And then he takes the guitar and he just starts playing songs. And it was just, God, it was fucking killer, you know?
Dude, one of the best covers I think he's ever done is Rainbow Connection.
I don't know Rainbow Connection. I'll have to listen to
Like the Kermit the Frog, like, why are there so many? Like,
that.
he
Yeah.
did that on stage.
Oh, that's funny.
And like, it's like he goes all out. Like, because
Yeah.
I've heard Willie do it a couple times, and Willie does it really soft, which was good.
That's Aaron Lewis because he's going to go all out on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
makes
Aaron
sense.
Lewis just went full rock with it, and it was just
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah. He's badass, man. I love his stuff. A lot of people don't like him, but I think he's fucking awesome. Patriotic American, loves his country. I like the guy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So,
I will say it's like there is times where it's like I did come to a show. I didn't want to see like yeah, I don't need to be in a rally. Like, but it's like I'm all for like, yeah, it's good. I just don't need it like every after every song. You know what I
right.
mean? Like cuz I went to Toby Keith and like Toby Keith would take a minute, do it, and then the rest was all party songs. And then at the end he'd do a huge big push at the end and that was it. But like I didn't feel overwhelmed. Sometimes you go to a show and it's like calm down, brother. Like just take it down a notch. Keep doing you. Just But then also, hey, do you at the end of the day?
Yeah, I haven't really been to too many of his live shows. I love his music. I think he's
Oh,
great.
the best part's when he sends the band away and it's just him.
Yeah.
When it's just him, you're in for the best show of your life. I remember one time he was telling this he was telling the story about the song on a new album. He's like, "It's the only one I didn't write." And here someone yelled out, "Whiskey and you," and he's like, "Thanks, Dick, for ruining it." Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I had it all set up, but and everybody's like, had a cool story lined up, but he ruined it. And then everybody's like, "Tell it anyway." He's like, "Nope, fuck it. He did it, ruined it. So we're just gonna play it." So
Yeah.
I love that he's like just doesn't give a fuck that way.
Yeah. That's
And
one of
there's
the
a
reasons
couple
I like him.
and there's a couple of times he just went and said like, "Shut up, let me play, or I'll
Yeah.
walk out of here." And they never shut up. And he's like, "All right, I'm done." And he just gets up and leaves.
I mean, I get it, man. Sometimes as a musician, it can make you feel like worthless if you're on stage and you're singing and like let's say you're playing an original or something like that and just nobody cares and they're not paying attention unless you're playing some upbeat new fun song. It can be very mentally like taxing, you know.
Hmm.
It can really kill your spirit. And so I understand that. I've never been like, hey, shut up to the crowd, like I'm playing this song, shut your mouth. But at the same time, like I understand where some of those artists are coming from when they do that.
Right. And he's at that level where he's like, "Hey, listen, you paid to see me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, what I mean? You'd think you would just shut up and just enjoy the show." So
yeah.
I get where he's coming from.
Makes total sense. But honestly, man, one of the coolest dudes I met, like I said, that night, we were all just
Oh
hanging
yeah.
out. He autographed my guitar, took a bunch of videos with him. I have this one video. It's so funny. I look at the camera and I said, I was like, all right, say this, Aaron. And I'm like, I'm an asshole. And then he goes, I'm an asshole. And I was just laughing so hard. Like, it's so fucking funny. But honestly, man, like I met a lot of cool people when I first moved to town. Like I had, kind of a similar story with Cole Swindell. When I first moved to town, I met him. I think the first time I met him, I was doing security on Broadway at Honky Tonk Central, and he was there one night, and I met him, and then I saw him in Midtown, and I also had my guitar, like I was living in my truck at the time, and I went to that same house, that party across the street, and he was there, and we just started playing my guitar, and then like, dude, like me and him were going back and forth on like playing the guitar and singing. Um, he was definitely a little hammered that night for sure. We talked about me going to his studio and all this other stuff, which obviously it never happened. But
Dude,
man, it was
it
such a
happened to
good
me
time.
twice with him.
Really?
I met him I met him at Winners.
Yeah.
It was like right after New Year's Eve.
Right.
And I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "I really dig your stuff." And he's like, "Thanks, man." I was like, "Can I get a picture?" And I think I still have this photo somewhere where he's just hammered. Like just we took his photo together.
Shit faced. Yeah.
Then like I think the last time I was there, like I think it's 2021, I met a there was one songwriter who I met years ago at Losers, and he happened to be there, and then he writes with Cole Swindell. So Cole's there, and eventually they had to be like, "Hey man, like people were trying to get pictures, and the bouncer was like, no, he's hammered right now. He does not
Yeah.
need that out there." He was like he was pretty rough. But I was remember, "Hey man, a couple years ago I met you out here," and he's like, "Yeah man," he goes, "I listen to your music, you listen to mine." And I just looked at him like, "I don't make music."
That's funny.
Like I mean, I was just like talking to him, he was like, "Oh hey, I ran into you before," and he was just like, "Oh yeah," like. But that's that yeah, Losers is like one of my favorite spots.
Oh, dude, it's definitely one of mine. Another thing too with the whole Aaron Lewis thing is it's funny. I ran into him the next time. It probably had been a couple months later. But these guys meet so many people. Like that night was pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah,
I remember it forever. But I'm like, I went up to him like, "What's up, man?" And he was like, he had no idea who I was. And I was like, "Hey, I showed him my phone. I showed him videos of me and him." And he's like, "I must have been fucking hammered that night." And I was like, "I think you were. Like I've seen the dude like 10 times. But I mean, man, when you're meeting that many people, it is so hard to, remember people. And it happens to me, and I'm a nobody.
I,
But like I'll be in town sometimes and people come up and be like, "What's up, Steven? How's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I have no idea who they are.
dude,
I
it
do my best
happened.
to remember everybody, but man, it gets tough sometimes.
Dude, I had a famous country singer. We'll say it this way,
Yeah.
like real famous. And I'm on Music Row,
Hmm.
and I happen to run into this dude, and I'm like, there's no way that he's acted like he's met me, like remembered me in meet and greets and stuff. Like when I've seen him, like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, like, I'm thinking like, there's no way that he's gonna know my name or whatever. And we're started talking, and he's like, you don't think I know your name, do you? He's like, I'm actually kind of insulted about that you don't think I know your name. He's like, how many times have we met each other and you don't think I know? I'm like, honestly, dude, it was like I thought I was pretty forgettable. He's like, nah, man, because that's where you're wrong. And like he like super like built me up a little bit, and I was like, I kind of walked away like feeling myself.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you don't expect that from like those guys. Like they don't have to. They don't have to give you the time of day at all.
When they can, though, it's nice, when that, like I said, I try to remember everyone, but man, when you're playing on Broadway, you're meeting several hundred people a week, and it can be tough sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I've had some really good times with some people, and I've definitely gone out and done my partying, and I've been shown videos before where like I'm like, I don't remember this at all, but apparently it happened.
Yep.
I do my best to remember everyone, but sometimes, you go out and you party a little bit and it gets a little wild. So
I've had some stories from like just being in Pittsburgh here. I got some stories. It's like, yeah, the night kind of just got away from us here. Like we don't really know how that happened.
and the more I drank, brother, the more I drank, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Dude, the other night I went to a concert. I must have had probably eight, nine high lifes. That
damn.
was rough. I was like, I haven't drank like because I've cut back on drinking a lot because
Yes.
when you do comedy, you're out like especially like, you probably know if you're out at the bars all the time, you're like this is rough drinking every night like that because people are buying you drink stuff too and
Oh, believe me, I get it, man. Like I'm on stage and sometimes like I will intentionally not drink, because I don't want
Mhm.
to be getting drunk, 4 or 5 days a week. But I'm sitting there on stage and I got this one tequila shot coming and then I got a whiskey shot coming, and I'm just trusting these people. And luckily, I haven't been like, roofied or something yet. But I
I've
just,
heard that happen.
sometimes, oh, it does. But sometimes I'll be taking, gosh, just so many shots. And then sometimes like, all right, that's it. I'm not drinking for the rest of the show. And then every once in a while, man, I'm just like, you know what? Let's just tie one on. But
Yep.
lately, I will say if I do drink, I've been just drinking either, straight neat whiskey or, tequila, Blanco, something like that. I haven't really been doing beer too much. I've been really on this past month. I've been on kind of like a pretty heavy calorie deficit. So I've kind of only been doing like 1,000 calories a day and just hitting the gym pretty much like every single day, doing like 20, 30 minutes in the sauna, 30 minutes to an hour cardio plus lifting. And then I just started doing ice baths too. So I've lost like 34 pounds in the last month, which I'm really happy about. And I want to, be better long term. So that's why I'm kind of not drinking as much right now.
Hell
But
yeah.
I definitely have my party times. This last weekend I went to Florida, Pensacola. I definitely had some, I
Oh
definitely
yeah,
had
you
some,
got you
some good
got
times.
yeah, you gotta have some fun. You gotta rip it up sometimes. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you have to have experiences so you can write about it.
Hmm.
Like that's the same thing with comedy. Is like you have so many guys that just do comedy all the time that all their material just becomes about doing comedy. Like
Right.
in like doing stuff like that. It none of it's and then so sometimes I know guys that would just take a week off and they're like, I know it's gonna like throw me off like going on stage in a little bit, but they just have to take a week off, go live life for a bit, and then be like, oh, I just thought about this while I was hanging out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so do you guys have like I know I always heard about stories about Nashville writers' rooms, but like what do you guys do when you're like where you're at?
So I don't ever do like specific writers' rooms. I've done a couple where people like rent the space and I'll go right there. But if I write, I usually just come do it in here, this room, or I go to a friend's house. Any times that I've written in the past, I live on 2 acres out in the country currently that I'm just renting. But I just have people come to my place and I just come sit in here. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of country music motivational stuff in here. It's
Hmm.
probably darker now that it's getting dark outside. But I just come right in here and then, I'll go play writers rounds every once in a while. But, writers rounds, you're just playing original music. So you go pay park, you're not getting paid to do that at all. So if I, live 40 minutes from downtown and I go down there, that's like 2 hours of my time almost, plus the writers round itself. So I don't really do writers rounds all that often. I try to do one, every month or 2 months or something like that. Try to just to do it to get my original stuff out there. But mostly I'm just trying to survive right now. And I
Hmm.
do play a lot of my original music at shows. That's another thing too, is like a lot of the bars don't want you to play originals, but man, if the crowd's enjoying it, I just play the originals, you know?
How well does the crowd react to In One Beer?
They love that song.
See?
And it's so
Got
funny
to make
too
a
because
video for it.
I do
I'll
need to
come
make a
down to
video.
Nashville to be in the video. I'm down for that. Let's go.
Dude, I'm down for that too. I've been talking to my buddy Michael about it. We need to make a video for sure. But I always bring that up and I kind of tell the backstory on it, and people just laugh their ass off, with the whole frying pan line, all that stuff. I go, all right,
Dude,
fellas,
fall's coming.
everybody's been here. And it's so funny because it's either the wives that love the song and they're like, this is the story of my life with my husband. Or it's either the husband's like, yeah, dude, like this is me. So
It's
I
just
think
such a
pretty much a lot
fun.
of people can relate to it, and it's just so funny, you know. So
Yeah.
I love that song.
And I really liked your cover that you did with your dad, man. You picked the saddest fucking Conway Twitty song
Absolutely.
ever.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I listen to that song. I can't listen to it at work because I'll start, I
Yeah.
can't, I start choking up. I don't like it. Like,
Makes
yeah.
total sense.
Oh,
It's a
man.
beautiful song. I wanted to do it with my dad for Father's Day.
Hmm.
The cover art, I put a picture of my grandpa on there because he kind of started country music in my family. My dad plays guitar and sings. I got my son on the cover. He wanted to be a part of it. And it's just like four generations of Stephen St. Clair because we all have the same name. Different middle
Nice.
names, but the same first and last. And so, it's kind of like a tribute to my grandpa, a tribute to my son, a tribute to my dad. And obviously, it's a tribute to Conway Twitty, one of the greatest country singers of all time. But I just, I love that song. And I was like, you know what? If I release this for Father's Day, I'm going to have this forever. It's a memory I have with my dad, super special to me. And if anything ever happens, I'll always have that with him.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You
you
had that
know,
as like forever, man.
yeah.
That's not too many guys get to do things like that.
Yeah. So I'm very thankful that I had the opportunity to be able to do that with my dad. A lot of people don't get to. And the other thing that's crazy too is the fact that, my dad sings so well. I'm pretty good. My brother, my sister, all of us sing. It's like a family thing. Obviously, I'm the one here in Nashville pursuing it. But there's a lot of artists out there where their kids can't sing at all. There's some people that just, I guess the music didn't get to them. But for me, it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. It's only hit me for karaoke. That's about it.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Everybody loves karaoke.
I've tried to play guitar. I have a guitar here that's signed by Craig Morgan.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I met him in when he came to Washington, PA. Actually, one of the guy that sold me the guitar there actually makes music of his own now and plays all the time down at the local.
I
You know
like the
Sam,
locals. Yeah.
Sam Banks.
I know of Sam Banks. I don't know Sam personally.
So Sam was
Sam
Craig
is a
Morgan's
great
merch
DJ.
guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic. That guy's really good.
Oh, and I just remember like just BSing with him, just talking to him like at the concert. And then I
Yeah.
ran into him in Nashville and we started talking. And now I'm like, holy crap, he's got music out. And he's like almost like, he's going.
He's really good, man. I like that guy a lot. Like I said, I don't know him on a personal level, but I think he's a fantastic artist.
Oh yeah. Remember that time we went to the local?
Oh yeah.
I think what was it? I think you got done playing, met me at Losers, and was like, "You want to go to the local?" And we're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool, I'm going to introduce you to people," because
Yeah.
it's like people I've met over the years down there. That place is awesome. I love that place.
Yeah. They have one in Hendersonville too. So they got like two different areas.
I kept seeing they
Yeah.
opened one up, and I'm like, I really want to go check that one out too, because
Yeah.
it's like I love the Nashville one. I remember I got a ride from a country artist, which I need. Now that you remind me, I want to get him on the pod too. You remember ever meet a guy named Jay Edwards?
Jay Edwards. I can't say it now.
If you see him, he looks like he looks like Steve Earle,
Oh really?
but his voice, wow, like this dude. And I met him twice. I remember meeting him twice down there, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to order an Uber down to Losers." It's like they want $30 right now to go to Losers, and he's like, "Fuck that." He goes, "Hop in a truck, cause I'll take you down there."
That's
I'm
cool.
like, it's like I was just had Nashville. So I was telling people, it's like I had more fun going by myself than going with people because I was like I would just go down and try to meet, just just you're at a bar and you're talking to people and just trying to meet people and just have fun with them.
Yeah, just connecting, meeting
Didn't
some new
care if
stuff.
they were a singer or like I remember I met one dude down there. I was at Losers drinking, and here all of his buddies came out. They were having a like college reunion kind of thing. And then I
Yeah.
went partying with them all night. We went down to Paradise Park, was drinking a bunch of Natty Light out of
I used to
pitchers and shit.
love Paradise Park. I used to bounce at Paradise when Big Al was there.
Is it still Paradise Park or did they change it?
It's friends in the places now. Yeah.
They had the car in the like people. I was trying to tell people it was a trailer park in a bar.
I used to love Paradise Park, man.
Loved Paradise Park.
It was open till 4 or 5 or whatever. And I
You could
used
get
to like,
food next door. They had
yeah,
that.
I'd work the door there. So like Big Al, he taught me how to like, identify the fake IDs. I got so good at fake IDs, man. I used to take them and sell them
Yeah.
back to people and shit. Skip line, all the crazy stuff there. But, when I was younger, but I love
Nobody
that
ever got
place.
past you.
I mean, I'm sure they did, but I was really, really, really good at the fake IDs. I mean, I'd look at it for half a second, and there'd be other people look at them like, that's fake. And I'd show them why, and they'd be like, how the hell did you know that?
So
So,
I remember my brother. He took me to Nashville the first time I was 20 years old, Memorial Day weekend.
yeah,
Like I turned 21 in August of that year. So it was like I was so like frustrated. Like you're going to these bars and you can't do nothing. So here he's like, I'm gonna try and sneak you into a place before like after the cutoff because he's like, once you're in, we're good, but we just have to stay here. And I was
yeah,
like, okay, that works. So we tried to get into I think we tried to get into Tootsie's, and I had a Dukes of Hazard shirt on, and the bouncer was like, "Oh, hey, nice shirt, man." I'm like, "Oh, hey," and I'm like starting to walk in, like almost past. He's like, "Hey, guys," he's like, "Real quick, can I see your ID real quick?" I was like, "Ah, he got me." Like, because there was no, it was just my ID, and he just looked at it and kept looking at it and just went, "Yeah, sorry, but it ain't happening tonight." I was like, "All right, no problem." But I got into the stage though, because did the same thing, fast talked the bouncer and just walked in.
yeah. I got lucky. It's not Nash related, but I was like 19 or something like that. I used to go to this bowling alley, and I was good friends with the bartender, and he like thought I was like 22 or something. He never asked for my ID, and every time I'd come in, he'd just serve me, right? And I finally, my 21st birthday, I went in there. He was so fucking pissed, dude. He was so bad. But, things you do when you're a young, dumb kid.
My brother has a similar story. It happened to him at like one of the local bars. Like it was this bar like right over the hill, and he went in. He goes, I'm supposed to pick my brother up. He goes, and they're like, hey, can I get you a beer? And he's like, yeah. And he kept drink. He drank there for like 3 years, never
Yeah,
said nothing. Then he
nothing.
had his birthday there, and they're like, hey, happy birthday! How old are you? He goes, 21. He goes, no, you're not. He's like, yeah. He goes, you've been drinking here for years. He goes, not my fault. You never carded me. He
Yeah,
goes, put
yeah.
your hand out. He's like, what? He goes, put your hand out. He puts his hand out. And he smacks him on the hand. He goes, don't lie to me again.
Crazy. Yeah,
Small town shenanigans, man.
absolutely.
Hell yeah. I'm surprised there's not like an Irish country song about that. Small town shenanigans. I'd be down for it.
Be a good song.
So how do you write, man? Because like for me with comedy wise, like I'll just have an idea and I write bullet points and go. Like, but for you guys, like, do you guys write with start with the words first, or do you guys
I
start with a
usually always
melody?
start, I usually, for me personally, I usually always start with words. And I draw inspiration from everything. So, you know, I'm I'm on stage or I hear somebody say something or I'm looking at some couple walking down the street or I'm driving home or I'm at the gym or whatever. I draw inspiration from everything and I'm constantly putting notes in my phone of song ideas or, just something. And that's kind of how In One Beer started. I was just one day somebody, everything you're saying right now is going in one ear and I was like, yeah, but if it was in one beer and I was like, in one beer, that'd be a cool song. And then I just put it in my notes and I sat on it for a while. And then I went to this write with, like with my buddy it just we needed something to write about, you know. My
Yeah.
girlfriend at the time was kind of being a little bitchy, and I texted her. I'm like, everything you're saying right now is going in one beer and out the other. And then the next thing we know, we wrote the song. It was just hilarious. But yeah,
Yeah, man. And it's like just the whole sound of that, like when you have the saxophone in there too.
it's so cool. Yeah, I
It's
love that.
just like it adds all it takes you back to like the old Hank Jr. party songs when he'd have the saxophone in there. Like, for what reason? I don't know. It just sounds cool.
Just talking to our producer, and we just decided to do it. So that's it's my buddy Dunham Hall on saxophone. He does like he tours with Jesse Keith Whitley's son. So
Okay.
he does a lot of stuff with him on the road and
I
plays with
met him
him.
one time, but I can't tell that story. But
I got some stories about Jesse too.
we'll have to talk. We'll have to make a phone call after we're done here and tell that story.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's a good dude.
Oh yeah.
So
So what's a show that you were like that sticks out that you saw? Like, you know what I mean? Like
show that I saw.
like one that you like you walk like because I know some people they said that they've went to a like either a show or like an album. I would say that was like you heard it and was like this changes my life.
Man, that's toughy. Mm,
Like for me, one of like a game like for me, I would say a personality changing album
yeah,
would be Sturgill Simpson's Sound and Fury.
yeah. But you like
Be-
me some Sturgill for sure.
because it was so weird, but it opened my like because I like Sturgill, I was like I'm gonna give it more of a chance. It opened me up to so much more different music because of that album.
Yeah. Well, I don't just listen to country. Like I sing country music, but I listen to everything.
Oh, for sure.
I just love music in general. You know, music's universal language, and I just love it. Now, obviously, I prefer country music. I love to sing country music. I love the stories and the soul behind country music. You know, instead of it just being some party anthem or something that's getting repeated and it's all these different choruses are just looping. I like a story. You know, I love to feel something. Same thing with
Hmm.
movies I watch. If I'm going to do something like that, I just want to feel something. I will say that one of my favorite albums of all time is the Pure Country album from the movie Pure Country with George Strait.
Oh, for sure.
You know, Pure
100%.
Country is, in my opinion, my favorite movie ever. And I love that album. The song Last in Love, I've considered recording, uh, you know, Baby Your Baby, and, you know, his cover of George Jones, When Did You Stop Loving Me, and all these other things. Like, I love that album, and that's got me through some stuff for sure. I would say that is probably my favorite. It stuck
Yeah,
out.
I love and it's funny because like this is just weird knowledge because I'm a comic book guy.
Hmm.
The father of the villain from the first Blade movie wrote some of the songs in Pure Country. Andrew Dorff.
Oh, really?
His son Steve Dorff
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I
is the
love the Blade
villain in
movies.
Blade, the first Blade movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why I thought that was funny. I thought that
That
was
is
cool.
so random. That is cool though.
It's random shit that's like, hey, I forgot what I was gonna do. This, forgot where my keys are, but I remember that stupid shit,
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I
right?
did not know that Andrew Dorff wrote that. That's pretty cool though. You know that
I think he did a lot of stuff with that album. Like, there's a lot of songs on that album he worked on.
my favorite is definitely Last in Love. I love that song, man.
I
I
always liked
my
what was that? It's the song he sings at the end.
Oh, Across My Heart. Yeah,
Yep,
great song.
that one. It's like you hear that, and it's just like, listen, I'm 100. I would say I'm 100% straight. But I might veer off a little bit if George Strait sang that to me the way he sang it to her. I'd be like, all right, man, listen, you can't look at me the same. You got to sit over there.
That's pretty funny.
Because, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's just a good fuck. Like, I think if you played that song to a random chick in Nashville, I think she would just come home with you. That's just what's going to happen. You're going to,
I mean,
I
yeah,
know, it might be in trouble for you. Don't do that.
stuff happens.
Hey, what happens on Broadway stays on Broadway. If that,
Absolutely.
if that was the case, no one would be arrested. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Dude, some of the Nashville videos. Oh my God. There was a guy I remember I met him on Broadway
Yeah.
Told me there was a page you had to follow called like, was it Broadway Uncensored?
Broadway Uncensored,
Might have
yeah.
been you that told me to follow it because it
I
was
think
like,
it was, I think it actually was me. Yeah.
because there was, I remember there was one video where the one dude got hit in the face with one of those pounders.
Dude,
That
shit gets pretty crazy on that thing. Yeah.
there was people just like, just going to the bathroom in the middle, like, middle of Broadway. And it's like just wild shit.
Yeah, people get pretty disrespectful in Music City for sure. Some wild stuff definitely happens. Um, Absolutely. You know, they had some other pages too, like you got Broadway Uncensored, they had like Music Shitty or something like that. Then you got like the Scoop page that got kind of retired because the guy ended up passing away, but he basically would like post anything Nashville related with news, people getting arrested and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
think I've
I
seen a
got a
couple country
bunch of
singers get
friends on
arrested
there.
on there. I
What's
bet
that?
they're glad. I said, I bet there's some stars that like are glad that guy's gone because
Yeah,
they got posted on there a couple times. Oh, so and so got a DUI.
yeah. I definitely don't wish, you know, death on anybody, but I will say that, you know, stuff happens and I didn't want to end up on there. So, you know,
Yeah, because that's the dumb part is like there is some people that go out of their way to try and bust people, and I'm like,
yeah.
there's some things it's better left. There's some things it's I'm glad that I didn't take a lot of like videos all the time when I was in that like visiting down there because there's some photos it's like you don't want those getting out. It's just
Mhm.
too much wild stuff happens and it's embarrassing for everybody. Like we're good.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
I
ever
definitely got some videos of that kind of stuff, man. You go out, you get drunk and you get 10 foot tall and bulletproof and stuff happens.
Yep.
So,
Do you ever play over by Opryland?
like Nashville Palace and stuff.
Yeah.
I've
That's
never played Nashville Palace. I've gotten on stage at Music City Bar and Grill and I've, you know, sang with some friends there.
mhm.
I've never had an official, like one of my own gigs there. I'm interested in playing there. I don't know the contact, but
Talk about a place that just completely got like they completely redid that place.
oh really? I haven't been in there in a while. It's probably been at least 6 months since I've been to Music City or
Oh shit. Well, I was gonna
anywhere.
say I remember that I was there like before COVID
Yeah,
and it was like the shittiest bar, like terrible, like it was just like kind of like run down, beat up.
I love a good dive, man.
Went back went I almost got beat up there. I almost got beat up there. I was really drunk and really and young and I made a mistake and I was went to apologize to somebody and he didn't like that I even made the mistake and didn't want the apology and some guy like he's like, "Hey, listen, it was a mistake. Like he's good."
Yeah,
Like some guy random stranger saved me. So I'm like, "Thank God." Um but then I went in there like after COVID, completely different bar and then they end up using it in Hot Country Nights.
yeah. I love Hot Country Nights. They got some funny shit.
Oh my God. I'm surprised there's not another album. I'm waiting for
Asphalt
another
is
album to
great.
come.
I love those guys, man. That one they did with Travis Tritt, I think their stuff's great,
Yeah,
honestly.
that was the one I think that's the video they filmed at right outside Music City.
Pick her up in a pickup truck. Yeah, I love that song. Yeah.
Yeah, Kelly was it what's her name from was it Kelly Kapowski?
Oh, I have no idea.
Saved by the Bell, that's the main chick.
Oh, okay.
And then I know Trailer Park Boys filmed out there. They did the
Love
General
Trailer
Lee.
Park Boys. Dude, that's one of my favorite shows of all time. Every once in a while, I've seen Trailer Park Boys probably 10 times, man. I love Trailer Park Boys.
I just seen a video the other day where it was Bubbles and he's standing there shows all you see is two people standing shirtless gut to gut to each other.
Yeah,
And when it
yeah.
pans out, Bubbles is looking at both of them, and it's Bert Kreischer on one side and Randy on the other.
Fucking Randy. I love that show, man. Bubbles is so funny. I have referenced that show so many times in my life, you know, just saying
Oh,
random things from the show.
when he kept going, look at you, looks like you've been pile driving cheeseburgers. And he's
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah. And they get that cougar super high, you know?
I love sending the meme where when Randy's on the bus and they hit the bump and he bumps his stomach into that woman's
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I
Man, I love Trailer Park Boys, and you know Ricky's hilarious. Obviously, all of them are hilarious. Bubbles is great. Holy fuck, boys! It's like it's just so you know it's so good. I
and
love those guys.
I love it when he's just like, holy fuck, Ricky, oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's
So
the
that,
fucking shit wins, Ricky. It's so fucking
how about when Bubbles
funny.
got he's got Conky, the puppet. He's like,
Conky.
hello,
Conky's an ass.
Ricky.
Yeah. Yeah, Conky's a
He
total asshole
shot
for
it in
sure.
the face, Randy. I think no, was it Ricky shot him in the face? He shot the
Mm.
puppet in the face. I'm like, Bubbles' hands there.
Yeah.
His whole personality would change. He'd like turn to this evil, twisted version of
Yeah.
himself.
Or the green bastard or whatever. It's so funny. Yeah.
I think they just did that like on AEW. He was the green bastard from Parts Unknown.
Yeah. It's pretty funny, man. He's got some funny songs too. Bubbles is a musician, so he's got some pretty funny
Bubbles and the
stuff
Shit
out.
Rockers.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the one he's got?
He just did that movie too, where he went on tour and they had Billy Bob Thornton in it. And
What is it? Liquor and Whores or something like that. It's pretty funny. I
yes,
love that song. It's hilarious.
there was
Yeah.
a local band here that they would play. Like they did like a lot of like bluegrass like stuff, and they would play Liquor and Whores all the time.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of their most requested ones. Like people would wait for it and be like all pumped.
It's pretty
Yeah,
damn funny. Yeah. I
yeah.
love
They
that show. I loved man, other shows too. Like I loved Supernatural was one of my favorite shows of all time. I loved that show growing up.
okay.
Uh what else, man? For shows.
Do you watch Letterkenny?
Not really. Uh,
Ooh, if you like Trailer Park Boys, you might like Letterkenny.
I
It's like
loved Supernatural. I love Trailer Park Boys. I liked Breaking Bad a lot. I like that one.
that's a good one.
Can't really think of a lot other ones. I will say, like I said, Pure Country is my favorite movie of all time, besides Tombstone. Tombstone's one of my favorites ever. And
Listen,
in
I
8 seconds.
should have
Oh,
wore that shirt. I should have wore the Say When. It has all four of them walking into like it's their silhouettes.
say when. I love that movie, man. Yeah.
One of the best. That's one of those movies where it's like you can't watch it with friends because you guys are just going to repeat every line throughout the movie.
I know that movie literally line for line.
I remember I wrote an English paper on it because
Oh,
they were like
really?
find it do a research paper on an event. And the teacher was like trying to tell me like no, that's a movie, that's not a real event. I'm like apparently you don't know American history, so
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I will say no one is probably ever going to play Doc Holliday as good as Val Kilmer did. Like ever.
no. I mean and Dennis Quaid
Even
was
Wyatt.
okay for that. He's okay in the Wyatt Earp movie,
Yeah.
but that movie's just it's so long and slow.
Tombstone, in
Tombstone's
my
better.
opinion, is the best ever.
Kurt
Yeah,
Russell's perfect as Wyatt Earp.
yeah,
He's perfect in everything. Do you ever see him in the Hateful Eight,
yeah,
where
yeah,
he's the hangman?
yeah,
Like one of my favorite characters ever in a movie, I'd say.
yeah. Kurt Russell's great.
And he grows a
Tombstone.
hell of a mustache.
It's hard to top that movie for me. Really hard to top that movie for me.
Oh
I do
yeah.
like. What else do I like? I like Bloodsport. One of my favorite movies with Jean Claude. I
I've never
liked.
seen Bloodsport. I need to watch that one.
Great movie. It's
I've
just one
heard
of my
that's like
favorites.
I've heard that's like actually one of his best movies.
Yeah, the acting isn't like super good, but I will say that the fight scenes, the motivation thing behind it is just, I love that movie. I always watch that with my brother when he comes to visit, or I'll watch it with my dad, or any of the Lethal Weapon movies. I always
Oh,
watch those. Love the Lethal Weapons. Anything Mel Gibson, freaking fantastic. One of the greatest actors ever, man. You know,
yeah, I'll tell you what though, I will say I just watched a movie with him that I was pissed off about.
really?
Yeah, it's called On the Line.
Haven't seen that one.
It's like he's this radio DJ, like a shock jock kind of thing. And someone calls him basically saying, like, hey, you pushed this one girl that used to work for you to suicide. He goes, so
Oh
now I'm
wow.
gonna make you pay for what you did. And I almost kind of want to spoil the movie for you and anybody who's watching it because I was so mad at the ending because the end it turns the whole movie into a comedy.
Oh
That's how
really?
bad the ending is.
That sucks.
And it's literally the last 5 minutes of the movie. Like when he's confronting like the main guy. It
What
turns
a
out it's like
twist.
it's all a prank
Oh wow.
on one of the new guys that just started there. Like that was it. Like they went all out, like looked like there's a cop involved, like fake blood everywhere. I'm like, seriously, that's what you did? That's
Yeah.
what you did? I was so mad. And then then they flip it again where it turns out, oh no, it's actually a prank on him. And I'm like, I'm even more madder now that you tried to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Which one's your favorite? Which one of Lethal Weapons is your favorite? For me, it's probably the second one. I like the second one a lot.
Damn. I was gonna say it's either two. I like four, but four is so completely so over the top compared to one and two.
Yeah,
It's got to be two
I'd say it's two for me.
because it's when he takes the truck down or he takes the house down with the truck.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's so much more cooler action scenes. The whole beginning is great.
yeah. You got that one freaking asshole that kills his girlfriend or whatever, and he's, you don't got very much luck with women, do you, Riggs? And it's just like, God, it just pisses you off so much.
Oh,
I
and he just
love
goes
that movie.
off
Yeah, yeah,
hey, while they're turning things into video games, make that one because that would be so much fun. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. Such a fantastic actor. You feel everything he's doing, like when he goes off in the first one and he's like, doing all the things he's doing, or you really want to jump, do you? And he's doing all that shit. He's
Do
so
you really want?
good.
Yeah.
You know, I want to do it. Let's do it, asshole. Let's do it.
Danny
He really
Glover was
gets into it.
and Danny Glover's perfect for his opposite.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they were such a great thing. I didn't really like they made like the spinoff series thing. I didn't really like it too much,
Oh,
honestly.
the TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucked. Yeah,
yeah.
I know he's working on Lethal Weapon 5, but I'm like, I don't know if I want it. But then if he's making it, let's look at his track record. Hacksaw Ridge, Passion of Christ, Apocalypto. He doesn't really miss.
Yeah, Mel's great, man. Mel's great.
You know what I
A
mean? Like when
lot
he
of people
finds a
don't like the
movie,
guy, but I think he's fucking awesome.
I love watching him. I love watching him on podcasts and stuff. Like I've watched him on Rogan, and it's so much fun to watch him go because he does have that little bit of crazy in him.
Oh
But I'm
yeah,
also thinking it's probably the Australian. Good
yeah,
chance it's the Australian in him. I think
probably.
yeah, because he did Mad Max before,
Hmm.
and even though the second one's good, first one's kind of it's slow. It's the '70s, and then
Yeah.
the other one's just kind of cheesy. Yeah, I always like those ones. Then you can't forget Pocahontas.
Hmm.
John, that's how if you're a kid and you weren't allowed to watch R-rated movies, that's how Mel Gibson got on your radar.
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever see Maverick?
Yeah, I love Maverick. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't put all
hey,
your eggs in one basket. Maverick's great. I grew up on a lot of that. I used to watch a lot of movies as a kid. One of my favorites, not Mel Gibson related, but kind of Western-y, is the movie The Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood.
ooh,
One of the best.
excellent.
Yeah. He's like a total pushover the entire movie, and then they finally just wake him up, and it's like, that's all I got. And everybody has their limit with that, but
So
what
there's
a great
so
movie.
there's a lot of people's head canon, right? Where they're
Mhm.
just they think that he's the silent the silent stranger in Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's
Mhm.
just him years later,
Oh,
which
really?
I would be okay with if they
Yeah, that
did
makes
that.
sense. Yeah.
Because that was his they want me to do another Western. I'm not doing any more Westerns. So here's my final Western and I'm done.
What'd you think of the Mule? Did you like the Mule?
Oh, I love the mule.
Yeah, Mule was good.
Yeah, I can't do that Toby Keith song, man.
You
It
want the old
hits.
man? I play that all the time. Dude, I love
Ugh.
that song.
How do you play that and not fucking cry, dude?
I have,
Especially
dude.
especially
Believe me, I
watching
have.
that last performance. That one gets me every time.
Yeah,
That's a celebrity death that when it hit me, I was like, I don't feel good. Like,
yeah. I had that same thing, with when George Jones passed, because I had gone down to the museum when the George Jones Museum was there. I had met Nancy Jones and all that stuff, his wife, and I wish I could have met him. Obviously a lot of people do, but he's and I definitely idolize Jones and Merle Haggard and all those guys. You know, so
I met her once. I went down there and she just happened to be I was like, "Are you allowed to go talk to her?" And they're like, "Yeah,
she
go
was very
talk to her."
nice to me. She
And
got me on stage, and I was able to sing the grand tour. And I sang "He Stopped Loving Her Today," and it just made me feel really, she made me feel really welcome, which was nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's when
And
I first moved to town. So
didn't aren't they moving that museum? Are they shutting it down?
it's as far as I know, it's not there anymore. It's something else now. Yeah.
Dude, everything like I said, because they had that rooftop bar that was nice and everything in there. I hate that the town keeps changing. Like, every year I hear like, oh yeah, this is gone and it's something else now. It's like
Yeah.
Broadway's so commercialized that I'm like, I will not. I'm
It
good.
is very, very, very commercialized for sure. And
I'm
the
good.
problem I think that they're going to run into is there's going to be so many, new name bars and all these artists. And how are they going to keep all these places busy? It's just going to be so oversaturated.
And if I, my thing is this: what happens when that artist like happens to? Because regardless of what people think, that every artist has a drop off. Like
Right.
for instance, like Clint Black in the '90s was killing it.
Love Clint Black. Yeah, he's
What
great.
happened to Clint Black in like 2008? Nobody knows because like he dropped. He kind of picked back up because like there's older artists that like I've always wanted to sing with him. He's coming with me. So then it pushes them back out into the spotlight.
Yeah,
But I'm like, what I mean? Like, what are you going to do with that? Like, like Randy Travis used to have a bar, or George Jones had a bar on Printer's Alley.
I didn't know
Not
that.
there no more.
Randy Travis, super nice guy. Met him at Red Door.
Oh, nice. That's see that one be so weird for me because it's like like just because the situation he's in, it's like I would know I wouldn't want to say something that makes him feel weird, and because I know that I'm going to say something dumb. I would.
I got lucky when I met him. They were having some after party or something in the back, and there was a lot of people there. And when he first kind of came in, I went over. I was with my brother and sister at the time, and we all took pictures with him and stuff. And I sang to him "Forever and Ever, Amen." We all just kind of sang it together, which was really cool. But I could tell as the night progressed that he was not necessarily getting tired of it, but I could see that it was, um, affecting him how many people were just in his face all night.
Oh, after a while, you're just like,
You're
I
sitting
can't
there
even.
and you have the thousandth person ask you for a picture, and it's like, man, I just want to hang out.
Yeah, and it's like I can't even run away from you right now. Like I'm,
Right.
what I mean, which would even make it even worse. So it's like you'd almost want to just wave and be like you untouched by an angel, and just keep
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
keep on
You're like
moving.
a
That's a deep
you're like a
cut.
drive by. Hey, how's it going?
I love throwing deep cuts out there because then they're like, wait a minute, like how the fuck do you
You're an actual fan. Yeah.
like I got Chris Young with that one time. When I met him, I said to him, I told him, I said, I really love your cover of Rose in Paradise. And he was like, wait, what? Like, no one, like, he was expecting like the big hits. And I'm like, no, I listened to the whole album. Like, I really like that one. And Flowers is underrated.
Yeah. I did that once with huge songwriter, did a lot of writing for like Kenny Chesney and with George Strait. Keith Gaddis. I was at this like house hanging out with some friends, and Keith was there, and great songwriter. But I had, you know, sang him the song "Tonight I'm Playing Possum." That was kind of like the his tribute to George Jones, and he was like, "How the hell do you know that song?" And I'm like, "Because, brother, I love real country music. I love the traditional stuff. I'm not just listening to top 40 mainstream stuff. I am a fan of country music, you know."
Yep.
So
Dude, that Randy, and you heard that's the Randy Travis song, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've had that
Randy
album.
Travis and Joe Nichols, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, Joe Nichols, like, I always said, like, him and Gary Allen, I would say, were one of the most underrated country singers that never gets their name
I love
properly.
Gary
Like,
Allen. I met Gary Allen at the Opry next door. There was, I think it was a Dave and Buster's like 6 months ago. I was in there with my son, and we were hanging out, and I was like, "That's Gary Allen. I'm gonna go talk to him." Like I didn't try to gurm up on the guy, but I just went over. I was like, "Hey man, love your music. I also play music." I gave him my card. I'm like, "If you ever need an opener, holler at me." And then took a picture with him and walked away. But super nice guy. But the thing for me is I always ask if I'm going to take a picture with somebody. I always say, hey, I don't want to be disrespectful. I know you're out with your family or whatever, but do you mind if I take a picture? And people really appreciate that when you can, act in a respectful way, because some people just come up and they're just like, and they try to take their selfies. And it's
yep.
really disrespectful in my opinion.
I just heard I don't know if ever watch like Bad Friends on YouTube, like
No.
Bobby Lee and it's like a ginger comedian and then Bobby Lee.
Mm-mm.
So he was telling, but
Sounds
um
familiar, but I haven't watched it.
this guy Andrew Santino was telling this story about he's like he had a fan come up to him like he's eating dinner with his wife. And like,
Hmm.
hey, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And the guy was like, no, man, I'm having dinner with my wife. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I guess like he didn't realize he was just like so hyped to see him that he felt really bad about it. And so he went and sent him like a bottle of champagne. And then he's like, I kind of felt bad for snapping on the guy because he's like, I did kind of like overreact. And so like then he got started talking to him because but they end up talking it out because he's like, hey, no, that was totally disrespectful of me. I should have respected your space. I
Yeah.
messed up. This was my way of fixing it. And he's like, okay, man, like you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate the set, what you were trying to go. So it's like sometimes it's like people just they don't think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I when I first came to town, man, I got really lucky with meeting a lot of people. I would always go to those losers parking lot parties when it was Whiskey Jam in Midtown instead of on Whiskey Row and on Broadway. And I met so many people. Justin Moore autographed my guitar, Tracy Lawrence autographed my guitar, Easton Corbin autographed my guitar, Daryl Worley, super nice guy, autographed my guitar, very genuine person. Um, Ben Haggard autographed my guitar. Chris Young autographed it. Aaron Lewis did. Joe Diffie did before he passed away.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that wasn't in Midtown though. I met him. It was after one of the like the Tootsie's birthday bashes downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and I ran into him and I was like, "Man, I love your stuff. Would you mind autographing my guitar?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I asked him if I could sing for him. I'm like, "Hey, I sing," and he was like, "I gotta go." So it was pretty funny. But I met Daryl Singletary down there. He autographed my guitar.
Oh,
Um,
dude, Daryl Singletary, like
I Let Her Lie, one of the best. Yeah.
I Let Her Lie, just he has so much like even like the covers of old stuff. Like my brother said the second best cover of or no, second no, the best cover of Old Violin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
I
do
love
like Long
George
Black
Strait's
Veil
cover
too.
it. I
Huh?
love George Strait's version of Old Violin, but I will tell you that Daryl Singletary, hands down. Yeah.
Yep.
For
Did
that
you ever hear the
specific
note?
song. Oh, I love the note. I play the note like a lot at my shows. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've met the guy who used to play fiddle for him. Do you know Andrew Varner?
That is who you introduced me to at the local the time we
I
met. Yeah. It
I
wasn't.
forgot about that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah,
nice
that
guy.
super nice guy. But yeah, he plays violin. I think he was playing violin for I think it's James Crother band.
Hmm.
I know they're always playing down at Alan Jackson's place.
Yeah. Down at
But then he
AJ's.
ended up Alan Jackson just took him on tour with him and I was so pissed. My family bought tickets to go see Alan Jackson when he was coming to Pittsburgh for his last tour. Cancels.
It sucks. He is
Never
going
re
through a lot though.
never rescheduled it. And then we were like, "Oh, this sucks so bad." Like, yeah. But I mean, you seeing him now like on stage, you're like, "Ugh." It's it's hard to see those people because like we grew up with those guys. Like
Yeah. Father Time gets all of us, brother.
I don't think it hit me until I turned 30.
Yeah.
Like your whole perception of way time changes, like the weeks go by faster, the years go by faster, and you're like, what? Like, I keep seeing like pop ups from Nashville. I'm like, oh yeah, it was a couple years ago, and they're like, no, buddy, that was seven. That was 7 years ago, and I'm like, holy shit, where did
I get
everything
those
go?
all the time, man. My Snapchat memories or something. It's like this was 7 years ago. I'm like, wow, that feels like yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm in my 30s now. I'm 32. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing what I'm doing right now because I don't want another 5 years, 10 years to go by. And I don't want to have regret for anything. That's why
yep,
right now I'm doing everything in my power to possibly be the best version of myself I can. And not just for me, for my family, for my son, so I can be a good example for him. Um, just to be the best man I possibly can be, helping others, doing that kind of stuff. So that's my goal, man. I don't want to look back when I'm 50, 60, 70, whatever, and be like, I wish I did this. So if it's something I'm doing, I'm chasing it now.
Hell yeah, man. I
And
completely get.
that's one of the reasons I've released 6 songs this year too. Prior to this year, I just had the one cover of the song Cover Me Up that I put out.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's why this year I just decided, you know what, I'm going to start recording, releasing, getting stuff out there. And I've had a lot of opportunities open up for me. And I'm a fully independent artist and I don't have any management or anything, so it's not like it's impressive really. But I've gotten like 70 something thousand streams this year on Spotify, which I'm happy about.
Hell yeah, dude. I
It's
wish I
not
could get.
bad.
I wish I could get that for my podcast.
You'll get there, brother. Thing
Dude,
is, it's
it's
consistency over everything. Just keep hitting, just keep swinging the bat. You're going to get the home run.
dude, it's every week. Every
Yeah.
week I got, and it's like, and the people I'm talking to are like insane. Like at the time of recording, I have one guy that he lives out. He's an LA comic, and
Yeah.
then the guy after him that's before you actually, like he's an Austin comic, but he opens for Mark Norman. So it's like you're meeting like these people like through comedy and stuff, and it's like just the episodes get wilder, and it's like, but every episode gets better. I feel
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. And it's like and the weirdest part is when you have people come up to you and they reference something that you talked about,
That's awesome, dude.
and
Yeah.
then
That's
you're
cool.
like, "What are you talking?" But the problem is, I go, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "From the podcast." I'm like, "I have no idea. I didn't watch it. Like I don't watch my. You know what I mean?
Like
It's
I
like,
posted it, but I didn't watch
oh
it.
no, I post it because it's like I can't stand the sound of my voice.
Yeah.
Like even like doing stand up when like you're watching the clips and stuff, I'm like, ah, like this is like why are people even laughing? Like I'm terrible. Why am I doing this?
I used to feel that way when I started using in-ear monitors because
Uh-huh.
I would always listen, had the monitor on stage with the speaker pointing back at you, and I'd hear myself. And then I had to invest in some, in-ear monitors. So if I'm playing band shifts or whatever with the extra drivers, so I can hear myself in my head. I didn't like the way it sounded at first. Now I love it.
Hmm.
I love the in-ear monitors, but I used to not like it at all. So I get it. You
Hell yeah.
record yourself and you think, oh, this is going to sound great. And then your voice sounds so different how it replays to you, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
hey
totally
man,
get it.
I don't want to keep you too long. I know you've been doing some shows and stuff, and you know you've been playing around a lot. So I don't want to, wear you out talking here.
I'm
You know what I
playing
mean?
tomorrow. I got 5 shows this week that I'm happy about.
Yeah.
20 something this month. I'm on track to be at like, I don't know, 200 and something shows this year. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, man,
So
we got to get you up to we could get you up to Pittsburgh one time and do because like there's a Tequila Cowboy up here, full band.
yeah, I'd love to, man. Give me the booking info. If I can do it, I'd like to come do it.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
always down to travel at least someplace once. I'll try anything twice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I mean, they're
So
pulling. I think they're pulling bands out of Detroit and stuff like that. I'm like, why are you not getting people from Nashville?
yeah,
It's just an 8 hour drive,
100%.
8.5 maybe. I mean, depending on who's driving.
Yeah, who's counting? Eight and three quarters plus tax, but who knows?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if Eastbound and Down's playing on the radio, you might get there in 7.
yeah,
It's
for
just.
sure.
Do you ever notice that? Like you hear that song, like you just notice that the car starts going a little bit quicker.
Dude, I'm guilty of hauling ass on road trips, man. I've been very fortunate not getting too many tickets, but yeah, I drive my truck pretty quick, honestly.
Dude, I actually reached out to the guy that made Smokey and the Bandit 3. I wanted to
Well,
see if
really,
I could get him on here.
pretty cool.
Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm, never have.
It is the worst one. I will
I've
say
seen
that.
Smoking the Bandit first two, but I've never seen the third one.
Yeah, the
Uh,
third one is literally just the bandit. Like, it was supposed to be like the what I heard originally was that Buford was going to turn out to be the bandit. Like, it was
Gotcha.
like all in his head kind of thing.
Yeah,
And nobody liked it. So they said, "Oh, we'll just make Jerry Reed the bandit." So he literally Jerry puts on a fake mustache and dresses like the bandit and goes on this like I don't even know why he does it. I can't remember what the reason was in the movie. Like he didn't have to do that. He could have just minded his own business and there would be no issue.
yeah.
It was just one of those like, yeah, you could tell that, hey, we don't have the original guys, but we still want to make another one. Yeah.
I don't like the remakes when they change the people.
Yeah. I heard they were trying to reboot Smokey and the Bandit. I don't know who you get to play. maybe Matthew McConaughey, but even then I
There are
can't
so
see
many
it.
people these days, man. There's so many movies that are being redone that I just don't think are very good.
Nope. I do like a good action movie though.
I
Like,
guess people are running out of ideas or something. So like, let's just remake this, let's remake that. But I would like to see some more originality with that kind of stuff.
oh, I know I wanted to ask you before we wrap everything up here. Do you watch any of the Taylor Sheridan shows?
Not
Like
really,
La-
huh?
like Landman or anything like that or Yellowstone?
I do like Yellowstone. Yeah. I haven't really
Dude,
watched it too much lately, but I did like it.
the soundtrack to any of the all those shows.
Yeah.
It's like if you wanted to get exposure to like different type like a whole side of country that you don't really see in Nashville, like you'll get a lot of like Texas bands, like Whiskey Myers and stuff like that. Like you're getting a lot of like band like Co Wetzel and those guys out of Texas. Do you listen to a lot of Texas country at all?
I love Texas country. I would love to get like, my song, The Cowboy Way, because it's kind of patriotic and it's, hardworking and all that. I would love to get that song on something like that. I don't know if I told you, I wrote that song with my buddy Michael Simeon and my buddy Clay Bitter, and we wrote that the day that Toby Keith passed away. So it's kind of like a tribute to Toby. And then also it's kind of like my values, how I look at things, uh, and what I feel like what makes somebody living like a cowboy would, you know,
Heck yeah, that's why I
keeping
rock.
your word, looking you dead in the eyes, working to the bone, just loving your country. I'll respect you, but if you cross me, that kind of thing. So, um,
That's why I rock with these hats.
yeah, yeah, I like that.
It's
That's cool.
Cowboy Revolution apparel. And
I
I
used
also
to have that exact hat.
oh really?
Then I got drunk and it got ruined.
Yeah, I've had those nights. The
Yeah.
hardest part is when you wear that so much and it gets hot and you get the sweat stains and it's black, so it shows up and you're constantly got to wash them out.
Yeah, there was a time for like 6 months that I didn't want to do my hair. I'd literally like wear a backwards hat every show that I played. And then I'd always get the salt lines and stuff. Yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah, this is my summer concert hat up here. It's a trucker hat that's also like a cowboy hat too.
Hell yeah, man.
That's like summertime, we're drinking beer, partying.
That's
That's when
awesome.
that hat gets broke out. So you releasing any songs like this year? Like
I have
the rest of the year?
I recorded, I haven't posted anything about it yet, but I recorded a cover. It's not a country song, but I kind of put a country spin on it. I recorded a cover of the song Wicked Game.
Yes, I love Wicked
Yeah.
Game.
Yeah. So I recorded a cover of Wicked Game, the Chris Isaac song, and kind of changed a lot of it. So, instead of like the slide guitar, it's got pedal steel and it's got like a cajon and stand-up bass on it, and it just freaking sounds awesome. I recorded that with a girl named Natasha Gray Cloud. She was on The Voice, pretty sure it was The Voice at some point in the last couple of years, and recorded it with uh, my producer Jesse at Savio Productions. And I'm just, man, I'm excited to release that. I don't have an exact date for that yet, but I can't wait for you to hear it because it sounds freaking awesome.
Sweet. I cannot wait for that because I love Wicked Game.
Yeah, it's got
Like
a
that.
little country twang spin on it, but I think personally, I think it sounds so good. I played it for a bunch of people, and I try my best to not be like a vanity or arrogant person, but pretty much everybody that I played it for has like, dude, I like this more than the original. This is awesome. So I'm super excited for it, man.
Dude, there's nothing better than like a 2, 3 o'clock in the morning drive home and
Yeah,
Wicked Game comes on.
I love freaking Gabe so
And
much.
it's just you're driving at night, you got your seat, it's just the headlights, or if you're especially if you're in the city, all the
Yeah,
neon lights and stuff, and you're hearing that playing at that yeah, let's go.
it sounds freaking awesome. I can't wait for you to hear it. But like there's just certain songs I wanted to cover and record. Like obviously I've been putting out original stuff, but Wicked Game was one of them. I had to record that. That's my job with my dad. I wanted to do that as a special memory. The Cover Me Up song I did initially, it was for I love the song, but it was for one of my fans that just loved it, and I was like, I'll record it for you. Why not? And
Yeah.
then ended up releasing that. Obviously, the Cowboy Way is an original. N1 Beers an original. Wrote the Cowboy Way. Um, the song that I put out, Without You, is actually a song that my dad wrote for my mom like 30 years ago, and I never got heard. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut this kind of for dad. And, I put that out and I changed it a little bit and I added some fiddle to it. It's just acoustic and fiddle. I don't know if you've heard that one, but it's a beautiful love song.
I'm gonna have to
And
send you to a you might know him already because you got musicians passing in the night kind of
yeah,
thing. Do you ever meet Craig Curtis?
I think I have met Craig. I don't know him
He
personally, but
plays a
I've met him.
lot of
Yeah.
old like country, like a lot of like it's real country. Like it's very slow stuff.
Yeah.
I used to have this video of him singing I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry,
I love that song.
but he had it with like there was another band after him and they brought a steel guitar up. He goes, "Hey man, like you want to play a song with me with that?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure." And so they said, "What song should we pick?" And everybody's like, "Hank Williams, of course." And it was perfect.
I love that
Just
singer.
an acoustic guitar and the steel guitar. That's all
Yeah.
you needed for it. But he has a couple songs that are originals and stuff that I'm like, these I'd like to I want to see what you'd do with them. I think you would yeah, they could be real bangers with you, man.
Well, I mean, if you got his contact, man, send me his information or send him my stuff. I'd love to. I'm always looking for new songs, new stuff to put out.
Heck yeah, man.
Always looking for if it's the right song, if my voice goes better on it, then yeah, I would love to do that.
Yeah, I think the newest song that I seen him put out. I remember it was an old song, but they finally must have just like either the rights must have lapsed on it and they were allowed to release it kind of
Yeah.
thing. It was called "It's a Jeep Thing." So I'll have to, I'll send you that one on Spotify. Let you know what you think. I was like, that song was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah. Send me over some stuff because you never know, man. It's just that certain person with their voice or artist, that records a song that makes a big difference. There's lots of artists out there or songs that got redone and they weren't really very big. And then somebody new recorded it and it just blows up. I mean, Mark Chestnut did Friends in Low Places before Garth.
Hmm.
Reba's Fancy was a re-recording. My Maria Brooks and Dunn was a re-recording.
Yep.
There's lots of different songs like that that started out and they weren't very big, and then somebody new comes along and just transforms that song into something huge.
Dude, it's amazing to me the songs that like traveled around Nashville
Yeah.
that people are like, yeah, chicken fried,
Mhm.
9 years
That's pretty cool.
before it finally hit the radio. Like it's
That's
amazing. Like
insane because chicken fried's great. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like I know guys like my one buddy. He said he couldn't record this one song, but he used to play it like live all the time because he used to have like a writer's contract in Nashville. But he said I couldn't play this one song because somebody
Like
had
like
it
a pub
picked.
deal or something.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said someone had it on hold because they might use it for their album and they ended up never using it, so he ended up getting it back. So yeah, there were
Yeah.
some songs he couldn't have, and there was something that he finally got them back. He's like, I'm so hyped. So
That's cool.
yeah, man. It was good talking with you.
Yeah, great talking with you, brother.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Anytime you ever want to come on here, promote a song, whatever, let's do it. Whenever you do that music video, I'm coming down for sure.
I
Even
would
if I'm not
love
in
to
it,
do
I'll
it.
come down, drink beer, and hang on the side.
Man, I got to figure out what I'm going to do for N1 Beer, but I got to do something because I think pretty much everybody I played that song for has loved it.
Dude, it's fall
And
bonfire season. Now's the
yeah,
time. Strike while the iron's
I
hot.
actually might have a bonfire tonight. I've got a pretty big bonfire out back. Like I said, I'm on 2 acres, so I might go out there and just relax, decompress, hang out for a bit. So,
Hell yeah, man. Why don't you tell people where they can find you at, like, social wise?
so anything on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, you can find me everywhere but the top 10 charts. It's just at Steven St. Clair. And then if they want to find me on Instagram or Facebook, it's just Steven St. Clair Music. And then same thing with TikTok. And if you ever want to watch me do lives, I pretty much live stream every single show that I play. And so if anybody ever wants to watch and they're not in Nashville or whatever, that's one of the reasons I do it. So fans can stay in touch and watch and I can meet new people. Just at Steven St. Clair Music, TikTok. Come check it out.
Sweet,
Yeah.
man. I'll post your links in the bio of the episode and stuff, and then so it'll be good to go so everybody can find all your music and stuff in there.
Sounds good, brother. I really appreciate it. It was a good conversation.
Hell yeah, no
Yeah.
problem, dude.